Then next day morning, they again reconvene. And then he is coming back and asking, okay, you were saying something yesterday. I could really not wrap my head around that. I was not able to sleep properly. So now come on, tell me what it is. It is not, and then he makes it very clear that it's not, whatever you are asking for is outrageous. And I have never seen anybody ask for this kind of a thing. Then they start having conversation, and right then someone comes. Who's that? Whenever there is a problem in Mahabharata, whenever there is a situation where there is a lot of confusion, we do not know what to do next, it's not Krishna. Someone comes. Yeah. Vedavyasa comes. So the minute Drupada sees Vedavyasa, he is like extremely happy. Oh my God, look who's here. Please come. Please come, take your seat. And basically he says, Dharmam cheppevadu vachadu. Intakante em kavali. Please come and sit. Someone who's a master of Dharma has come. So let us ask him, let us put this question in front of him. And then he will help us. That's what Drupada Maharaja says. And then Vedavyasa, they put this problem in front of Vedavyasa. And now Vedavyasa is like, see, I can only tell you one thing, Drupada. Dharmaraja, not in his wildest dream, will utter anything that is outside of Dharma. His no thought that is not in alignment with Dharma will ever enter the mind of Dharmaraja. So, with that said, whatever Dharmaraja is asking for is a righteous request. It's perfectly in alignment with Sanatana Dharma. So, go ahead and get your daughter married. So, if you were in the place of Drupada Maharaja, would you guys be satisfied with this kind of statement made by Vyasa? Just because Vyasa said this, would you guys be happy and give away your daughter to 5 men in marriage? Yes? No? I need your answers. No? Anybody here? Mic pettukoni yes no cheppandi. You can tell.
No.
No?
Yeah.
Anybody says yes? No, right? Even I wouldn't agree. If I were in Drupada Maharaja's place with this kind of explanation, I wouldn't agree to give away my daughter in marriage to 5 men. That's exactly what Drupada Maharaja says. He's like, now you are also telling me the same thing? How is it even a possibility? How is it? See, this guy, Dharmaraja, is telling me 1 or 2 examples from here and there where a couple of girls got married to multiple men. But just because of that 1 or 2 examples, that doesn't become a norm in the society. I cannot do this. I cannot do this kind of an injustice to my daughter, and in future she might suffer any kind of consequences because of this. I can't even imagine the consequences because this is not something that happens very regularly, so I don't even know what kind of consequences my daughter has to go through because of this kind of stupidity. Then Vyasa says, okay, calm down. I need to give you some background of who these people are, who these people actually are. So, but I cannot reveal everything in this open auditorium. Let's go to a place where we have some privacy. I will tell you what the exact backstory of this entire thing is. And then he takes Drupada Maharaja to a place which is secluded, where there is some privacy. And then he starts explaining things. So this girl, Draupadi, is actually none other than the Queen of Heaven. So Queen of Heaven is called Swargalakshmi. So she is the incarnation of Swargalakshmi. And who are these people, these 5 Pandavas? Pandavas are, so Dharmaraja, so in different yugas, in different situations, Indra has behaved in a way that is not appropriate to his stature. Say for example, when it was Treta Yuga, we all know the story of Ahalya, right? He behaved in a very inappropriate manner with Ahalya. So at that point of time, the quality of dharma in him left him and it went to Dharma Devata. And it is taking shelter with Dharma Devata. So basically Dharmam has left Indra. And then in a situation where there was a war with another demon, this guy, Indra, he did some mistake in that particular war again, and his strength went outside, left him, and it reached Vayu. Okay, and then his beauty. In another case, his beauty left him, and it reached Ashwini Devatas. So, and Indra is left as Indra himself. So, in Dwapara Yuga, Dharma from Dharma Devata has taken the form of Dharmaraja, and the strength from Vayu has taken the form of Bhima, and the Indra element within Indra is born as Arjuna, and the beauty aspect, the gracefulness of Indra has taken the form of Nakula and Sahadeva. So all these 5 people are different elements of Indra himself. So in actuality, all these 5 people are different forms of Indra. So it is only one person showing up as 5 different identities in this particular Dwapara Yuga. And Swarga Lakshmi has taken form of Draupadi. So it is all the 5 people put together as Indra, and then Indra is the king of heaven. Heaven is Swargam. So king of heaven, and this lady is the queen of heaven. So to you, in this physicality, they are appearing as 5 different people. But in actuality, spiritually, they are all 5 elements of the same person. So there is nothing actually wrong in your daughter getting married to all the 5 people. In fact, if you did not do it that way, then it is a mistake. That is what Vyasa says. And then Vyasa also gives him Divya Drishti emantaru? A special kind of a vision with which he could see things as they are, like beyond what your naked eye can see. Say, for example, if you have a microscope, or if you are looking at something on a which doesn't fall into the spectrum of naked eye. So that kind of visibility, that kind of vision, Vyasa presents to whom? Drupada Maharaja. And they open the door, and then he sees all these 5 people as the elements of Indra, and he also sees Draupadi in the form of Swarga Lakshmi, and he almost faints. And then with that said, he is very happy. He understands the concept behind why this girl is supposed to be getting married to 5 brothers. And then right at that point of time, Krishna also comes. Krishna along with Balarama comes to this place, and they all agree, they all bless these people, and the decision is made that all these people will be married to Draupadi. So the marriage happens. So when that marriage happens, first she is married to Dharmaraja, then she is married to Bhima, then to Arjuna, then to Nakula and Sahadeva. I'll take a pause here. Questions? You need to talk to me, not among yourself. Any questions? Are you guys satisfied with the explanation? Yes? Yes? If there are any questions, we need to stop and talk about it now, because the entire story is dependent on this particular marriage. But I had a question when I was reading. I was not satisfied at this point of time. Yes, Atharva, go ahead. So tell me this. I have one. Okay, let's give an opportunity to mothers. Okay, are you guys satisfied with this marriage?
Have the mic.
With the explanation that was given until now? Huh? Kind of, right? Not 100%. So when I was thinking about it, like, see, I have heard about this thing, or I know Mahabharata for the last 35 years. So it doesn't, whenever I think of it, it doesn't really trouble me, because I know this for 35 years and it has stopped surprising me that, okay, this girl has 5 brothers. But then keeping all those things aside, with a clean brain, clean in the sense without having the baggage of, I know so much about Mahabharata. If I'm looking at it from a fresh perspective, who doesn't know anything about it, from an outsider perspective, one thing I questioned is, when Indra can take form of 5 people, why can't Swarga Lakshmi also take form of 5 people? and then each person can get married to one form and then get done with it. Why raise so many eyebrows? Why raise so many questions? When they can take 5 forms, she could also take 5 forms. Can you give it?
I mean, like, Visna? Hello.
Vinpist
Because Indra, as for his some kind of misbehaves, kind of, that is why he took different kind of
correct, that is
things.
correct.
That, but this Vargalakshmi, she doesn't have. Such
Yeah,
a
but it
kind.
is easy to explain, right? It is easy to explain to the generations to come.
But I heard from a different way. I don't know, but like she
Ah,
has some kind of wish to marry.
There are other stories which I am telling now.
Are there, so that is what I.
There are some other stories related to Draupadi alone, which we can cover, but it is probably too much for kids. But one reason why she did not take 5 different forms is because she is one of the binding factors of all the 5 Pandavas. So in later episodes, Draupadi goes through a lot of physical trauma and emotional trauma throughout the Mahabharata. And the war of Mahabharata, Kurukshetra, happens because of Draupadi. Okay, so she, at a certain point of time, she is dragged into a court by her hair. Somebody pulls her into a court full of men by her hair, and they do all kind of atrocious activities against her. So, if Swargalakshmi is split into 5 people, so the binding factor for all the 5 brothers is Draupadi. If somebody is hurting Draupadi, all the 5 brothers will start attacking. But on the contrary, if this kind of atrocity happened on one of the wives of Pandavas, the remaining Pandavas will not have so much of
Impact.
They will have impact, but they cannot take those kind of outrageous oaths of killing like hundreds of people. So there has to be, and the person who is in the place of Draupadi need to be mentally, especially very, very strong and bold to be able to go through all these kind of things and still stand tall. She's a very bold person. You will understand how bold she is as we go and talk more about her in the story in the future episodes. But there has to be one factor that keeps all the Pandavas together, tied together, and that factor is Draupadi. That is the reason that is one of the reasons. As you said, there are other stories also. That is one of the reasons, and one of the crucial reasons why Draupadi was not split into 5 different personalities. She came as just one person. Okay? Okay. Now the marriage happens. Everybody is happy, and the news of the marriage reaches Hastinapura. So people in Hastinapura, what are they thinking about Pandavas until now?
You're dead.
They are dead. So now they not only understood that they are not dead, they have emerged stronger. They have more friends now. So another reason why, another question, nobody asked me. I was actually surprised that nobody asked me. Why did they have to hide their identity? Why did they have to maintain low profile? And why did they suddenly expose, okay, we are alive?
Because before they thought they were gonna get attacked,
Correct.
and now that they're stronger, they revealed themselves.
Exactly, that's correct. So at a certain point of time, they were very weak, right? There was nobody next to them. Weak in the sense they were physically fit, but they did not have that kind of manpower around them. But now they have the friendship of Drupada Maharaja. Drishtadyumna is a very, very fierce warrior. And they have the friendship of Krishna. With Krishna comes Yaduvamsha, Vrishni clan, Chedi dynasty, all of Magadha, I think not Magadha. Magadha is Jarasandha, so it's not Magadha. So all these people will come in support of Pandavas now that they are married to Draupadi. So Draupadi brought in so much of stability into their lives. See, that is the importance of Draupadi in the story.